Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you guys all out there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Chelsea match day. Chelsea Palmeiras, what are your expectations for tonight's game? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am expecting a win, no matter what. All I want is a win. Anyhow, we're going to get a job done. I don't want to see beautiful football without scoring goals. I don't want to see ball possession. Oh yes, we are possessed, we are in control, 60%. And yet the goals are not coming in. And hey, this is a Brazilian team we are facing. So we cannot even possess more than they can possess. Brazilian team, they attack. They love to attack. And so it's not going to be like usual. It's going to be Chelsea playing football to win. I don't want to see beautiful football against Palmeiras. No. Because they can play all the beautiful football. Brazilian team, they can play all the beautiful football, all the flicks, all the techniques of tactics or flicks or whatever, they have it in abundance. We just need to go in there, get a job done. All we want is a goal. Anyhow, this afternoon, my preview and my predicted lineup, that is why I'm here right now. In the next 6 minutes, I'll be out of this place. But before we go into that quickly, Nico Williams signs 8-year contract extension at Athletic Club until 2035. The guy still has 2 years on the books and sign another 8 years. In all, 10 years, 2025 to 2035, 10 years. My goodness. What happened? The red and white winger will stay the next 10 seasons at the club if his heart and his release clause increase more than 50% over the previous one. This guy, he's in the same team with his brother. Yeah. His brother is Williams. And his senior brother, he's playing the same team with his senior brother. They are all both at the same Atletico. The same Athletic Club. He and his senior brother, they are playing the same. The senior brother is number 9. And he's playing as a winger. There they are on your screen. Nico Williams did not play with the streets Barcelona presented to him. He did not. Nico Williams did not play with the script Barca presented to him, no. The entire movie, the script he was given to play with, he dumped the script and went and did his own thing. He ripped it apart and played Barcelona for a pay rise. He ripped it apart and played Barcelona, Barca, for a pay rise with his own club. Ladies and gentlemen, really good for him, man. Oh yes, of course. This new contract comes bigger wages, Bigger wages. Nico Williams, Fabrizio Romano reported it this way. When it comes to making decisions, this is coming from the player himself. This is a statement. I heard a voice in Spanish and it was translated in English. This is what he said after signing the new deal. Nico Williams, he said, when it comes to making decisions, for me, the most important thing is to listen to the heart. I'm where I want to be. I am where I want to be with my people. This is my home. So what was he doing with Barca all these while? What was he doing with Barcelona fans? Playing with them all these while? You know you're not going. You know this is your home. And you were flirting with them. Why? Nico, this is not the first time you are doing this to Barcelona. This is not the first time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the young chap, Chelsea fans, now you understand why Chelsea did not make the effort even. Otherwise, he would have still done the same thing to us. I'm happy we did not even make the move. Yeah, I'm very much happy. It would have been the same script, like a movie. Barca fans, just imagine. Anyway, Barca, you guys can turn to Rashford. Rashford is still available from Man United. It's an offer. I'm just thinking about you guys, You can turn to Rashford. Yeah. save his career and he will also save your win. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's get to the preview. Chelsea Palmeiras. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea's own boy, Palmeiras Estaval, is facing us tonight. Palmeiras Estaval is facing Chelsea tonight. This young guy is going to be our player after Palmeiras has been eliminated from the tournament. Once the game is over, he's walking straight to Chelsea dressing room. I know. And more especially if we are to beat them. If we are to beat, which of course we're going to be beating them. As soon as the final whistle, you walk straight to Chelsea's dressing room, and that is it. He's coming to England. Ladies and gentlemen. And if Chelsea wins the trophy, the Club World Cup, he'll be there to celebrate with the squad. My goodness, Estaval facing Chelsea tonight. What are your expectations? Can Cucurella pocket him? Well, we wait to see. Is it my predicted lineup? We wait to see. Ladies and gentlemen, João Pedro debuts tonight. I want to believe so. Is João Pedro in my predicted lineup? Let's get started. Caicedo replacement, Jackson Delama, Chelsea predicted lineup versus Palmeiras is what I'm presenting to you right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, hot in the afternoon. In 4.5 minutes, I'll be out of this place. Chelsea can book a place in the FIFA Club World Cup semi-final with a victory tonight against Palmeiras, the Brazilian side. The Blues go head-to-head with the Brazilian side as both teams bid to go to New York for the last four of the tournament. 6 days have passed since Enzo Maresca's side, the Blues, kick the ball competitively. They kick the ball in training, but I'm talking about competitively. 6 days have passed. Chelsea have been based in Miami throughout the week and touched down in Philadelphia yesterday. Thursday. Yeah, yesterday was Thursday, right? With around 24 hours before the last 8 tie against Palmeiras. There is a mixed news for the West London side on the suspension front. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, it's mixed up. Moise Caicedo picked up a second booking, that second yellow of the tournament against Benfica, and will serve a 1-match ban tonight. On a positive note, Nicolas Jackson is likely to return or has returned from his suspension and is likely to feature in tonight's game. There is no doubt Maresca will once again go strong. There's no doubt about it. Maresca will go strong in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, can we start my predicted lineup? Well, let me just say this. Because I already said Maresca will go strong. I am starting my first 11 with Sanchez in goal post. But any big surprises or shocks, Sanchez should start the game tonight. Yes, he will be the main man in the goal for Chelsea this evening. The Spaniard had a fairly quiet evening against Benfica last time out and will surely give his best once again tonight. I hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sanchez, defense, right wing, Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto start on the right wing because of one reason. And I'll get to that. So Malo Gusto next. Tosin Adarabioyo. Yes, Tosin will come in at the center of defense, ladies and gentlemen, alongside Levi Colwill in my lineup. You see, last time out, Benred Badeshele was a shock inclusion in that Chelsea back four. The Frenchman, though, left the Bank of America Stadium on the crutches. Yes, I believe that by now it should be better. But I believe Chelsea will start with Tosin from that position. Chelsea will start with Tosin from that position alongside Levi Colwill. Now, left back, Cucurella. I will expect Cucurella to start. Cucurella was asked to overlap against Benfica at the weekend. And it will be interesting to see. It will be interesting to see what the Spaniard role will be versus Palmeiras. Regardless of what his role is, Cucurella's presence is an expectancy. Definitely, he's going to be in the game. He could have his work cut out against Estava Williams. You know Estava Williams? Yeah, I just spoke a few minutes ago about him. Now, Capito Reece James is expected to start from that midfield. Why I used Malo Gusto, and I told you I'll get back to this because of Reece James playing in midfield. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I will expect. With all that happened in Charlotte at the weekend, James Genius in free kick taking has almost gone under the radar a bit. But it is time we begin to recognize that the Blues captain showed his quality in the victory over Benfica. Yes. And tonight's game, Romeo Lavia is a doubt. According to what our head coach said yesterday, he'll be assessed today. And so I will expect Reece James to start the game from midfield. Moise Caicedo, as we all know, suspended. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, who next? Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is no doubt Chelsea's mainstay. One of Chelsea's mainstay in the first 11. Anytime the lineup is being given. Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez started in a more advanced position against Benfica. But with Caicedo unavailable, the Argentine international could be asked to start from a deeper area. Yeah. Either way, Fernandez will move up the pitch into the number 10 role while Chelsea are in possession. He will move in whilst Kopama, they used to switch positions. Kenyan Dewsbury Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Kenyan Dewsbury Hall. A bit of weird, but with Pedro Neto unlikely to feature. Yeah. Unlikely to play after his international teammate and former Wolves colleague Diego Jota passed away on Thursday. Dewsbury Hall could start on the right wing, something which I am not really comfortable with. I would have preferred Cole Palmer being the right winger. They will make use of Santos in the number 10 role. But I suspect, because Maresca once used him on that right wing, Kenyan Dewsbury Hall is likely to be played from that right position. Ladies and gentlemen, Maresca used the 26-year-old there, I think two games back. Yeah. I was not comfortable with that though. Ladies and gentlemen. Next is Cole Palmer. Joao Pedro was registered earlier in the week. I think day before yesterday. But I will expect Cole Palmer to start ahead of Joao Pedro. If anything at all, then I would rather see Joao Pedro. I would rather prefer to see Joao Pedro playing from that right wing instead of Kenyan Dewsbury Hall. But on my list here, I put it Joao Pedro stroke Kenyan Dewsbury Hall. So let's see what the coach will be doing from there. I put the right wing Joao Pedro stroke because I saw Joao Pedro in training. And hey guys, what I'm witnessing, the guy comes with a lot of pressing. He presses hard. He's strong, his feet. You wouldn't know he just came into the squad at all. Ladies and gentlemen. But Cole Palmer as number 10. Then on the left, Noni Madueke. Yes, Noni Madueke will have to give a good account of himself tonight. Madueke could benefit from Caicedo's absence. Yeah. The England winger did not even make it off the bench in the 120 minutes of football against Benfica. However, he could start on the left wing tonight in the absence of Caicedo and in the absence of Romeo Lavia. Ladies and gentlemen, in attack, my final slot. Who is going to be our striker tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, the lad haven't played the last game, though did not have much influence over the game. Under normal circumstances, he is expected to start. For it not to seem like we are being too harsh or too hard, or the coach is being too harsh on him because his performance wasn't, so good against Benfica. He should be starting. But, ladies and gentlemen, my boy Jackson is back. And we all know what Jackson can do. In the absence of the midfield duo that we used to play with, Caicedo, Lavia, that are not available, we need a player that can equally, get to the midfield, support the midfield at the same time in attack. So I'll go for Jackson starting tonight's game. I will go for Jackson starting from tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, my prediction, scoreline. Ladies and gentlemen, scoreline tonight, I'll go for 2-0. Chelsea 2, Palmeiras 0. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys all after the game for my post-match reaction. Shalom and peace.